Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to a very wet and windy UK. I'm just continuing to make some ephemera for my upcoming journals. Um, Following on from my previous videos, I'm doing a couple of journals using Rachel from Roxy's Creations botanical kits, and I've got two papers put together. I've done a couple of things in one of them. Just kind of plodding through. What did I do? We did this pocket last time, or one of the previous times. I've got mixed up with my videos. So we put a tag on there. It's got a little pocket there at the side. It's got a tuck pocket, and I've made a little tag to go in it. I thought it looked nice with that bird. And then there's a tuck spot behind it as well. And then on the back page, I think it was in this one. Yeah, I've done 3 pockets on the back page, and I made that from one piece of kit page, one of the kit pages. So I managed to cut 3 different pockets, and I've made some journal cards to go in each of those. I've just done some collaging on them or cut out images, and that's got some extra little journaling space on there. So that's what I've been up to. I'm trying to do a few videos just making ephemera for these journals, and then I'll perhaps do a run through putting ephemera in them. But I always kind of end up sticking some bits in. So on that basis, messing about, trying to do some things, I have some of Rachel's book plates with This Book Belongs To. And I hinged that onto one of her, I think this is from her, I think it's the Renaissance kit. It's either Renaissance or French Chateau. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. I'd have to have a look. And then that kind of flips out, and that would stick on a page and become a flip with a flip up and a pocket just there. So I made that one and I was happy with it. I liked that. And then how it would work is it would go in a journal like that. It would flip out and it would flip up. So I liked that, and I thought, yeah, that's good. And then, so I thought I would make another. And as often happens when you've made something and then make it again, you think of different things. So again, I used one of the bits from one of Rachel's kits, and I put a pocket, I put the flip This Book Belongs To on, and I did a little card in the back of it. And then on the flip, I thought, it might be nice to have a little pocket. So I used a window envelope that I collaged just on one side, because that's going to be a tuck spot on the side. So that would work. My little head. It would glue on the side there, and it does look nice in this book. That would flip out like that, and then this would be glued on 3 sides, and it would be a tuck spot just there. I mean, I could have left it open and had it as a tall pocket, but I wanted to just put an image behind the window and just use it as a tuck spot. So I thought, well, I might make one with you and see what you think. It might be quite a tight pocket because it's, you know, it is quite wide, but I liked it. So that's what I did. So I think I'm going to make another one and just kind of see where it takes us. So somewhere I've got the This Book Belongs To that I cut out from Rachel's papers. I don't know which one I'd use. That one's quite a bit wider. Those two are quite a bit wider, aren't they? So I need a paper to use to cut. Sorry, I'm not talking very well, am I? Oh, I need the background. So, for example, I quite like this one with the ladies reading the book. It could go on there and be a flip. Oh, I quite like it with this owl. If I can pick the paper up. I'm sport for choice. There's so many. That could be nice, couldn't it, as a garden one? See, I wouldn't use it there because I wouldn't want to lose those 2 butterflies, but I could use it on that one. And then if it was on there, you'd only see the bird's bottom. So let's go with those two. Excuse me, I've still got this cold, got sniffles. I don't know that I want, which one do I want to do? I could actually make two. That'd be nice and bright, wouldn't it? So let's go with a couple and we'll make a start and see what we can do. Clear the decks a little bit, Carol. So I hope you're all okay. The only thing with using this, oh no, I could do it. I was going to say the only thing with doing this one is I would have to fold it and I might lose a little bit of the owl's tail because I need a little bit at the back that I can attach to the page. I think that still works, doesn't it? And then that would go on there as a flip like that. I think I will do that one. Just going to level that bit up. So I hope you're all okay. I don't know if you find these videos where I'm just kind of doing some, I was going to say odd makes, some ephemera makes for future future journals. I don't know if you find it useful or not. I'm hoping that you do. And I'm always more than happy for anybody to, whatever I make, please, you know, make it. Just show me what you've made. Thinking about it, I don't need to put that bit on there. I'm going to cut it off now that I've folded it though, because the paper that I put on the back can be used as the hinge, is what I'm thinking. I might save that little piece of paper though. Trying to think, I can never remember how I made them, even though I've got the prototype in front of me. It's always a bit odd. I'm going to sneeze, folks. Hold on. Oh, sneeze over. Oh dear. Get the sneezes and then I get the snuffles. I just want to double check so that if I was going to put this in the front of a journal, see, that is just too long. So I'm going to cut a bit off the top. If I cut it below those, then I know that it will fit. Because there's no good making it and then finding it's too long for your page. There we are. You see, that will then fit nicely on there. And that will be a flip out. So I want something to go on the back of that. Something a bit plain. So that it can be written on as well, and I think that'll work. That will work. So I'm going to glue on this. So I hope you're all okay. Oh, that glue's empty. That's no good. I do get through glue sticks, I have to say. Glue that on there. Oops. Hope you're all okay. Has anyone started Christmas journals yet? I do want to make Christmas journals, I have to say. Amy from Crafty Cat USA has just released a gorgeous black and white kit that I am wanting to use for sure. Very different, and I really like the look of it. So I'm going to hopefully get these finished off and still have time to have a go at making that. Now, because I, excuse me, because I want this to be a flip, I've left an edge here and I don't want to cut that off because that is what's going to be the flip bit. So I'm going to cut this bit off. I had to think then whether I wanted to or not. I'm going to cut that bit off at the top. Try and make it a bit square, eh? And then cut the bottom off. There. I think I stitch around this separately, didn't I? Get rid of those extra bits. So this piece here, I wonder if I've put it on upside down. No, I don't think I have. I always fold it forwards before I fold it backwards. So that will be the flip. So that will flip out, and then you've got some nice writing space just there. And then I want to put something on the top of it, don't I? This book belongs to. So I think I'll use that one with those ladies. And so I want to back that with something a bit neutral, maybe. Not enough. Not enough. That would do. So I'm going to stick that on there. Again, I can't remember how I did it. Okay, I'm just going to glue it on. Make sure the writing's the right way up. Oops, I thought the lid was still on the glue. That's how I get sticky hands. I think I've put the lid back on the glue. Go and stick it, and I haven't put the lid back on the glue. That on there. And I will stitch round this, I think. I'm going to leave that top bit because that might work as my flip. As my hinge is what I mean. It might work as the hinge. That can go in my bits and pieces. And if I cut it off by accident, which I often do, it doesn't matter. I can add something else quite easily. Get rid of those bits. Chuck them on the floor. Pick them up later, Carol. Worry about it later. Just want to cut that little bit off there, don't I? Because I don't want that white bit showing. Let's see if it works. So that would sit on there. Sorry, can you see? That would sit on there like that. And that will flip up like that. And then I want to put a pocket on here for sure. I think that would be nice. So I'm just going to fold this. And I only need it to be to there, don't I? A bit shorter. Everything's sticking already. So that would be like that. So that would flip up that way. And that will go on there. Without getting caught in there. I don't want it that wide, but that's fine because that gives me room to make the hinges and to just strengthen one edge. Where we're going to put a little journal, oops Daisy, little journaling card in and out. Don't need quite that much, cut some off. Right, so one of these sides will be the edge. Which way do I want it? Shall I have it on that side this time or that side? And of course, what I forgot was when I backed it with the paper the right way, but of course, because it's flipping up, that writing will be upside down. But I'm not going to worry about it. I've done it so many times before like that. It's just a case of decorating it, isn't it? I think we can get too hung up sometimes. No, I didn't think that was quite level. On things being, you know, perfect. And I can't do perfect. I try. My husband says that I'm very trying. And I can't get that right to save my life, can I? Just wants to go in. It's probably too much. In a little bit. There we go. So this side I'm going to have as my tuck. So I'm going to glue that side down to strengthen that edge so that that's where, oops daisy, that's where it'll tuck in. And then they will make the pocket. And that will stick on there. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to stick that on there. I'm going to stitch round this first and then come back and glue this onto there. One moment. Okay, so I've just, I don't know if you can see, but I've just stitched around there. And I'm going to glue it with my glue. I think this is my very wet glue. Glue it on. Oh, it does sound very squelchy outside. It's absolutely thrown it down today. I took the dog for a walk this morning. Unfortunately, we got back before it the heavens opened, which is always a blessing. She doesn't like walking in the rain. She used to when she was a younger dog. Okay, and I can stick that on as well. And I think I'm just going to do a little notch in there just to remind myself that that is going to be a pocket. Just there. Glue this on. I don't think this is my very wet glue because it keeps stopping. I do need to get some of these, more of these glue bottles, the fine tip ones. I really do. I think I've had these about 3 years and I think gradually they do get blocked up. I'm going to glue that on there. It doesn't catch. Just ink that little bit a little bit. There we go. And then I'm just going to go and stitch around this one now. So give me one moment. Okay, so I'm back. I've stitched all the way around there. So the way that that would look on a page. And I probably would use this at the beginning of a book because it says this book belongs to. So that kind of hints that that's the front page, doesn't it? So that would go on there like that. It would flip over like that. And then there's going to be another tuck spot pocket just there that we're going to have a go at making now. So I've got some new envelopes. And I'm going to have a go. I don't want it to be as wide as this because I don't want it to stick out beyond this. So I think what I'm going to do is, that's about 3/4 of an inch, that bit there. So I think I'm going to do the same on the other side and I'm just going to cut it off. Might be able to use that for something, I don't know. I'm not going to throw it away right now. And then, excuse me, I don't want it to be any longer than this. So I'm going to cut that off and make it a little bit shorter. Because I don't want to stick out below it either. So there we go, that will go on there like that. And then that will be a pocket there, and then that will be a flip. So I'm going to decorate this similar style to the way I did that one. It is wider than that one, but as I say, when I make things, they all turn out to be slightly different. You just don't have to worry, do you? Right, bits and pieces. I have got oodles of bits and pieces. So I'm just going to collage it. I always get confused, where do I want to start? I think once you've got your first bit down, should that be my first bit? It's quite bright, isn't it? I have too many bits and pieces, I think. No, they're not going to be wide enough. I've no idea what that bit's from, but I might quite like that. The only thing I keep wondering about, does it matter if it matches really well? I mean, I guess it wouldn't really matter because I could attach it to either. I've not attached anything on, have I, yet? I don't think I've got many greens, though. Let me have a think a minute and come back to you. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to do bits and pieces and try and use up some of these little bits that I've got. I think what I want to do is fold it over, just so that you don't see the white of the envelope, is the word that I was looking for there. And I've just thought, what I haven't done is I haven't thought about what image I might like to put inside that window, and I need to put that in before I cover this side up, don't I? That would be really useful. So I've got some ephemera bits and pieces here. Ooh, I wonder what that would be like. Let me just cut this out one moment. Changed my mind. I found this, and I think I might like to put that inside, is what I'm thinking. So that's what I'm going to do. And, you know, I know I keep saying it, but I can always print it again. I just think that looks pretty in there with the writing. So I am going to put that in there. I don't need it to be quite as wide as that. And we certainly don't need it to be as long as that, do we? So I'm going to glue that in. It doesn't need to be glued really, really well, and I can glue it onto the back page. But I want to see that stamp there. There we go, that's that on. And I might well use that somewhere else down here. Are we going blues? Oh, honestly, if you could see this mess. I think we might have a bit of that at the top there. That'll do. Oops. Everything's collapsing. I knew this wouldn't be a quick video because I just can't collage quickly. I try not to think too much about it, but I'm not very successful at that at all. And usually when you've finished, you know, they look fine, and I wonder why. I've been faffing with wondering what to put where. I will go around and check that they're all glued on when we've done. what would we like? I know you can't see my little bits, but honestly, I've got so many little bits. I quite like that actually with it. Just going to rip that down. That can go along there for sure. Can anybody turn that up for me? There we go. Buried my glue book. Oh, and it is gluey. Very gluey. Is that what I wanted? Is that the bit? No, it isn't. It's the bit I ripped off. Oh dear, dear. Let's get these on. Oh, drop my glue. And because this isn't going to be a flip, it really doesn't matter if I go over the window, because I'm not going to put anything in the pocket. So if I was to go over the window, you're not going to see it from the inside, is what I mean. I'm liking that. These are all snips from Rachel. It's not quite wide enough, is it? That's a shame. That one is. Don't think I like that. Oh, that's quite thick. Nope. Hang on a minute, I'll see what I can find. Okay, got this last piece to put in, and I would I'd like, oh, see, I was going to say I'd like to tear it, but can I find my tear ruler? Just want to tear that little bit off just to straighten that edge up. And I think I'm going to put that on there. Like that. Yeah. I should be so glad when this cold has finally gone. On there. Up and under. There we go. Right, I'm just going to tidy these bits of paper away because I can't find a thing. 1 minute. Oh, that took a minute. Bet you didn't miss me though. Okay, so now we've got that. And that would go on the inside of that, like that. And that would be a pocket there. And then we've got a pocket just there. So I don't know what you think of that. What time are we at? 28 minutes. Let's see what it looks like in here. So if that went on there, I think that looks nice. And then if we had that in there as the, oops, I thought I'd put all those little bits away. If that was in there as a pocket, or do we prefer this one as a pocket? So that would go on there with the beautiful butterfly. I think I prefer this one, you know. I think I do. And I'm still going to get something in there, you know, something's still going to tuck in there and stick out. It's not difficult to put it in. And in fact, that might look very nice just there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this. Let's have a think about it. I'm going to stitch around this first, and I'm going to stitch around that. So That one's a little bit wet at the minute, but I'm going to stitch around both of them, and then I'm going to attach them to these, and then I'll come back to you. One moment. Okay, I'm back with you. So this one I've stitched around it. I don't know if you can see, I've stitched around it a couple of times. And then this one I've done some zigzag as well as some straight stitch around it, just to add a little bit of interest to it. Which way did I have them? I'm going to put this one that I did initially on the one that I thought, you know, the one that I made it to go on to. So I'm going to glue that onto there. Oh, with my runny glue. One of these days I will mark these up as to which one's the runny glue and which one isn't. It might be useful. So that's going to go on there like that. So that will still flip up, and then that will flip out, and this will attach onto the page. And it is glued onto there. Okay, let's just glue this one on as well. I'm just going to cut these corners just at a slight angle, not a lot. Oops, Daisy. Just a little bit. Bits of paper all over. And then this one's showing me quite white down the edge. Sometimes I don't mind when it shows white, and then other times I just don't like it at all. I'm not consistent though. Right, that's going to go on there like that. I've got it the right way up, yep. It would be daft, wouldn't it, to put it on with the This Book Belongs To at the bottom. Although that wouldn't surprise me again. There we go. Glue that on. Hold it over. So we've got that flips up. It's got the pocket just there. And then we've got that stitched or glued onto there. Now on this one, I think I've already put something on the inside. I've put this flip on here. And I may make some more of these as well. So that's got a pocket. It's got a pocket in there. It's got a pocket in there. And it flips open and we've got a pocket just there. So I liked that against that. The flowers I just thought looked really nice. So this one will have one of these. And I'm not decided which one I think looks nicest. So let's have a look. What we're doing, auditioning, that's what they say, isn't it? Let's audition it. So I've got that one there with the owl. I like that against the flowers. And I think that looks nice against those. And the greens and the flowers. I could put a little pocket or something here, not decided yet. Could have a flower on, couldn't it? Ooh, gosh, a golly. Do we like that? You know when you don't think you're going to like something and then you're surprised that you do. Quite like that as well. That one's too pink, too yellow, too big. What do you think about that one on there? It would need trimming down a bit, wouldn't it? But actually, if I backed it on something, that could be a little pocket, couldn't it? I think that's decided me. That has decided me. This one's going to go in here. And then this one will be my prototype so that I don't forget what I did on how to make it. So I've got two prototypes there that I could actually use. They'll go away in my bit box. That's going to go on there, but I need to get this stuck in here first, don't I? This is sometimes the hard part when you've when you've stitched on something, it doesn't always want to glue down. So I'm going to make that pocket a little bit smaller by adding quite a bit of glue above the stitch line. And then some glue at the back, so that glues on nicely. And then that will go on there. Give it a really good squishing down. And I'll need to leave that to dry, I'm thinking. But I do like that very much. What do you think? Do you like it? And then I am going to put that on there. So I need to back that because it's only copy paper and these will get bent. Let's just put that there to dry. So I'm going to put it on a little bit of book page. I'm going to glue it down. And especially around the top, because I'm going to have to stick that on. Just put that off there. Of course, I've done it on one that's not easy to cut out, is it? Just bear with me while I trim it. Okay, I've glued it to a piece of book page, but it is a bit sticky at the minute, so I don't want to actually put it on. But I'm going to give it a couple of hinges. So I'll put that on. And that just gives it a little bit extra room as a pocket to get something in and out of. I think you've seen me do this before. Yeah. And one on the other side. And my fingers are just as sticky as the paper is now. So I don't think I'm going to be able to stick this in with you because it's just going to be too ooey gluey. But that's going to go on there. And I think I will put one across the bottom as well. Just gives you that little bit extra, what's it they call it, bit more real estate, so that you can fit something in the pocket. Sorry, am I off camera? I bet I am, aren't I? So that's going on there like that. Just take that little bit off there. That went ping, didn't it? Right, let me just make a bit of room. Oh dear. As the piles around me collapse, folk. Okay, let's take a moment to just have a look at what we're doing. Right, so we've got this. We've got a lovely flip just there, and we've got a pocket there that I can put something in. That opens up like that. So we've got space on there that we can write, or I could put another pocket across there if I wanted to. That is going to be a pocket that goes on there. And I think I'm actually going to cut it straight across, because I just think it will sit better like that. Okay, so that's going to be on there as a pocket, and I will glue it on now. and hope that it doesn't glue shut. Put my glue on. There we go. That's going to glue there. To make sure it doesn't glue shut, just looking for some. Here we are. This is what I'm looking for. I'm just going to put one of my squishy cards inside it, just to make sure it doesn't glue onto this. So that now has a pocket that I might be able to find just a tag. I could cut one of those down and put a tag in there as well. And it might well be that bird actually. I like that one. Just need to trim it down a little bit. So that's going to go in that pocket. Let's just put that in there. Cover that up. Going to take, oops-a-daisy, I am going to take just a fraction off either side of this tag. These are Rachel's tags. It is backed, but I will back it again because you can see through the paper that's on the back of that. I'll find some other paper to back it with as well. That goes in there then. Oh, I like him. He looks like he's sitting in a tree, doesn't it? Surrounded by those flowers. And because I've cut a little bit off either side, I am going to use the same corner. And that will go there like that. So starting to come together, because that one now has that one, and we need a pocket to go in there. It has this pocket that we made before, and on the back page it's got the 3 pockets. So if there's anything that I've got in that I put in my journals that you'd like to see how I make it, then please do just let me know. Let me put that back like that until that dries. But that's where I'm at so far, folks. So I've still got 2, and these will go in my bits and pieces, so that I've always got one that I can look at and remember how I made it. And I think that's the way I need to go. Okay, so take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.